welcome.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. So welcome. So we live.
Yes, and that was a whole lot of work right there.
It is, but at least now we know where we are and we know how to do this. I'm going to I really tip my hat off to a gentleman. His name is Adrian. He is really, really good with walking me through this. And so, what I want to do is I want to actually go and look, and it does say that we are live. I am going to mute. Really, really good with walking me through this. I'm muted to make sure that we are live. So we are live
Yes.
right now, and in respect, and I can see pretty much everything. Um, so the difference is that oh, okay. The difference is that I don't want to just only see myself. It has to be able. He says that what you do is you take the thing off. So each time someone talks, the screen is going to actually move to a different person. So when you talk, the screen will move. So I have a couple of people that are trying to come on. I did um, send out, for them to come on. So we just need to see if they're going to come on. Hey, so now we have, don't know what I did. I swiped the wrong way. It's okay. Then we have Sabrina. Sabrina Gibson is saying, hey. And then Ann is saying morning to us already. So today we have our Miss KJ Africa Love 91 on today. And we're just going to be on for a few minutes to see how this actually goes. Okay. So I'm going to try my best to keep up with the comments in ill respect. Now I can actually look at them on this screen, but I'm choose not to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just focus or question. I just need to get a hashtag we hear from our people in our private group, and I think that's what our golden word is going to be is hashtag we're here. So we'll know. P we here, you know what I'm saying? We'll know. So I am going to talk with you, Miss Kimberly, since you're online, and I'm just, because we're gonna go by what the name is on here. But go over some things. So as you know, thank you, Coco, thank you. Hey, Marlene, thank you for coming in. And again, we can have more people to come on later. Those that answer my response or request to come in, I want to be able to do that. So today we're live in my own home. Today I'm going to be staying. I'm in my own home, and I'm going to be chilling. Um, um, so it's good to know that everybody is here and that is in our group. We're going to start going live, and one of the things that we're going to do is that we're going to start debunking our own videos with everyone else. I think that everybody has their own views. What do you think about the Kanika Chickens case today?
I truly believe that whatever occurred via the freezer, and I'm still trying to comprehend how she got to the freezer. Because if we go by the actual footage of her walking around and her stumbling over the railing of the step, why wouldn't she just take those steps? Why would I go all the way around the kitchen and walk up some steep steps to walk to a freezer? Which is the amazing part to me. And then the fact that her hair looks like it was like cut to me because she had it long and straight side by side. It looks like she has bangs or something, like someone actually cut her hair. It looks weird.
Oh, okay. And so where do you say that she cut her hair at?
Via the photos that they released, it looked like she has bangs. And when we looked at all the other videos, she has no bangs. She's actually wearing her hair like similar to how yours is now. As to where she had the part down the middle. And then her hair is so disheveled. Something occurred. can't figure out what, like everybody else, but something did occur.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So Anne says that the hair looked photoshopped for the pictures. What makes you think Anne would say something like that?
And I can agree with that. It looks like, in all respect, it looked like she had on a wig, not
Okay.
a weave. It looks
Not a
like
week.
somebody took and placed a wig on her head, or could well be photoshopped. I mean, it looks like that. Doesn't look like her when she was walking through the kitchen prior to, hair
Oh,
straight, combed. Doesn't look disheveled. Now it looks like she's just been in a war with somebody. If
okay. 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 So, excuse me. So, with that being said, Miss Sade is on our feed today, and I'm happy to see her. I would like to bring her on if she's willing to come on today as live. So we can get some more questions to be answered. But what do you think about someone? Okay, so not too long ago, let's just bring this up. Not too long ago, we discussed the matter of, we actually discussed the matter of what we believe, or what I came into conclusion of what happened to Kanika. And that was, I believe that she was alive and she was walking around inside of the freezer. This is what my conclusion was. And on the video, there has been a lot of views. The views that have been spoken, some are positive and some are negative. What kind of positive reaction can you at least give to um, the way that, me personally, that I debunked the video itself? If you have negative feedback, we expect that as well. But what is the positive of what we've done so far with the debunking?
the positive is that it takes away all of the crazy scenarios, because we're actually viewing what we see, not what we heard or what was made up, and not all these wild stories. So that makes a
Mm-hmm.
big difference, because a lot of people are going off of hearsay instead of what they actually see. So that's a positive thing, because it doesn't leave everything out in the air for more questions. I mean, we're going to always have questions because it's unbelievable. But
Mm-hmm.
the way we're breaking the videos down makes way more sense versus just coming up with stuff.
Okay, okay. So Coco, let's see, is it Coco Sicklius Coco? She says her hair did have bangs post death, but pre death there was no bangs. Well, when I saw her walking around, she was always moving her hair to the back. So that was one of the things I did notice when she was moving around. She was always messing with her hair. Do you guys remember seeing that on the footage?
I mean, because I don't know, and it's not trying to sound negative, but it seems like it appears that that's a Chicago thing. It's like they're always fiddling with their hair every video I've seen. And I didn't see her do it a lot, but I did see it. But I don't remember seeing any bangs on her at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not the
Okay.
way it was looking in the freezer. It looked like she had on a wig over what her actual hair was.
Okay. 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 Now, again, this is only from your description and your eyes.
Yes.
It is different, as we spoke before. Um, so that's one of the things that I encourage any and everybody, including our panel that we have, that don't just go and run on my conclusions. That's the reason why we look at things and we observe things. And these are things that I don't take everybody else's opinion. I go and I look and then I research it for myself and I make my own conclusion. And so these are some of the things that, I feel that, I can honestly say that when you stated that this is some of the things that it seems like they do in Chicago, I think that's everywhere. But I noticed that a lot of the videos that were coming out of Chicago, That's what they really take a look and heed at, is that they are always messing with their hair. In every video that I've seen between Monifa, between what's the girl name who party it was? Irene.
Irene.
Yeah. Even Bree Bree. But I noticed that when they get in the video camera, they just really just like, it's almost like they're, no disrespect to anybody, but it's almost like they're seems like Monifa was talking to Kanika via FaceTime or something in the new release, one of her in her bedroom. Okay, I'm sorry, I was looking at something, but it seemed like almost like they're the word that they actually say in the photography world. They say make love to the camera, because then that's how you make your nice photos. That's how you get nice photos done and things like that. So so this is one of the things that I have noticed, is that when they're in the camera, they're constantly going like this here with their hair, going like this here, and going like this here. And even though they talking and be talking and doing, but when they come back to that camera, they be like, and they be like, yeah, what they be saying up on there? And they be doing this here. Well, hell, I got weave in my hair too. I ain't shame, but that's what they do. These are some of the things that they do. If I'm wrong, then, somebody can say it, but I noticed that in all of the videos, they were always in the videos like this here. Now, I'm actually going to use my phone to show you guys. So what I'm going to do is because I was actually doing a Periscope video, but what I'm going to do is, this is what they do. All up in the videos like this here, and be looking to see what they say, what's trolling down on their feed. If I'm wrong, then you guys can say something. It's their own hair, and that's true, exactly. Ann says that maybe it makes them feel like it's their own hair. You know what, Miss Ann? Let me tell you something. I believe that, because even though mine is weave, all this is weave. But when you pull on it, you pulling on my hair. My hair.
Yes.
They be asking me at work, "Ooh, your hair's so pretty. Is that your hair?" Hell yeah. Excuse my language, y'all. I bought it. It's mine. So I own it. Am I right? So these are some of the things that, I did notice in a lot of the feeds. So to move back to what we were saying, we were discussing, I'm gonna need my moderators tonight. So that's right. And so we definitely gonna have to make sure we have our moderators that's on with us tonight to help me get through this here, because I really want to make sure that we have a good night, an easy night, because it is for us to help with understanding certain things. Just 1 second. There we go. So that's some of the things that I want to make sure that we have a clear understanding, and that is that we are able to focus on the true meaning of why we're having live feed. It's not about us saying that we're right or we're wrong. It's about debunking what we see and looking at evidence. Even if the evidence shows different and somebody says that it's different, then we have to be able to vet it and prove it. So thank you. Thank you. We definitely will be having them for monitoring for trolls, as they say, trolls. So before we leave, you have been such a wonderful, wonderful guest. And I'm so glad that you came, not only a guest, but my family. You're part of my group. So, the bottom line is that you're doing a wonderful job. So I want to go over some things. We went over a couple of them before, today, but I just want to give you one that was said to us under the video. It said, there's something none of you YouTubers are getting. This is not Kanika. Kanika was never at the hotel. That's why when they came into the hotel, They went all the way around the ramp and walked up those steps. You all really believe in this crackhead looking foot belongs to that 19-year-old skinny Siamese cat looking Chica Mama T shows Dr. Oz saying, "This is the last video I have of my daughter right before she left to go to the hotel. There's no way. These are pictures of an actress laying in the freezer taking Kanika's place because there is not one single picture or video." So, with that being said, hey, what up, G Liv? I love you, I love you, I love you. Now, G Liv is the one that actually helped me get this live started in the first place. But what do you think about that?
I'm actually lost. I'm trying to figure out what direction was the person that wrote it going in. One minute you're saying it's not her. I don't know. Some comments I just have to read like 12 times so I could comprehend what they're saying. So that's one I would actually have to read myself because it seems like it's all over the place.
Thank you. That's what I said. It was all over the place. So then let's take a little short one then and let's see what we do on a short one, okay? This is the one I was mentioning. And if I had the actual footage up with me, I can, if I have the actual photos up, I will put them up, but I'm not going to do it right now for time, consuming. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that we revamp and come back to that later on tonight. But this is one of the things that we're going to think about. It says at the 1.10 second mark, the lip gloss is upright. Who knocked it over? Should have been printed. When you see the frontal photo, the lip gloss is not upright. Well, when I looked at the actual photos of whatever he was talking about, this person's name is a female, I think it was. Her name is Rochelle Daniels. Because their names are already on the paper. It's nothing that cannot be seen. Everybody can go over to the comment section up under the video and they can actually see it for themselves. So, so the same thing is, and I'm not able to get over here and look at any of the actual live chat yet because we're just only discussing and debunking. But once we do, we'll take a few comments, questions and answers, and we'll go through them and we'll ask and see. So, main thing is the actual photo that they're talking about. The lipstick is in the same area. There's no changes on the lipstick. The lipstick lays in the same area. So I don't know where they're saying who knocked it over. How could somebody knock over a lipstick that is sitting on the panel frame, the frame of the door? Do you understand that? Do you get that at all?
It sounds like a thin air scenario. And, we have like 1,000 people taking the smallest things and look at this. Hey, this got over here and this was right here. So they're taking thin air things and trying to make it relevant. That lip gloss or lipstick, I don't find that very relevant. Whether it was standing, sitting, or pushed to the side, it's like irrelevant to me. It's nothing to even direct my attention to. I'm more focused on her body and her positioning and how she looked in the freezer herself versus a lipstick. That could have happened. I mean, if it did happen, could have happened anytime, but that's not important actually to me. I mean, there's nothing that would make me just stay on a lipstick, standing, sitting, pushed to the side. It doesn't make sense. It's like people are taking thin air things and trying to make it relevant. That's not relevant to me.
Oh, so now we have someone that says, let me check. I'm going to read this again. This is a lady. Her name is Lady J Bad 420. She says, that baby looked damp, but the freezer have no frost nor water drippings from being defrost. I'm done. Now, Audience Phoenix comes back a few days later or so and replies to her and says, it got down to 8 degrees when she was trapped in there for hours. When she was found, the freezer door remained open. So the temperature elevated to 45 degrees. That's when her body started to thaw. That's why she looks damp. What do you think about that?
Now that could be possible, but she didn't look. I mean, the only thing that looked
Mhm,
it damp to me, other than that little spot on her pants, her hair was more look. It looked like it
mhm,
was wet more than anything else.
mhm.
So that could be possible that she
Okay.
did start to thaw. But I'm like, so it looks. This is just my opinion. It looks like something was placed over her head to make her hair look as crazy as if she was being suffocated or something. I'm not saying that she was, but it looks that way with her hair. But as far as the wetness, I mean, they had ice cubes. I mean, chunks of ice in that freezer if everybody actually looked at the photo. So that could be possible. I could think that she was starting to thaw, but we also would have to know how many hours was the freezer actually open because no
Mhm.
one knows
Okay.
that. All we know is
Okay.
what we see on this video. We don't know how long they kept it open. I mean,
Mhm.
that's something that's out there also for me. I mean, I don't think she would thaw out that fast. And
Okay.
they because according to all the research I've done, it takes a while for a frozen body to thaw, which is
Okay.
why they don't rush into an autopsy. So I
Mhm.
don't see her thawing out that fast unless they had it open like several hours. I would say more like 24, but yeah, I can see it a little bit, not a
Uh,
lot, because I'm kind
okay.
of lost on how long they had the freezer open. We would never know that.
Okay. Okay. So, um, with that being said, someone came back by the name of Demira, and she responds to Ambulance and says, Ambulance Phoenix, she would look damp all over if she was froze solid. She only damp in the spots where she was drugged. Everything else looks like sweat from fighting for her life. Simple. Now, I believe that we had a discussion on that. I'm not sure if you
Mhm.
were inside of that discussion. Were you in that discussion when we talked about this one person
Yes.
who believes that she was sweating compared to damp? And my question to anybody who's listening, you're welcome, sweets. My question to anybody who's listening is, how can you make a difference between damp all over in spots because she was drugged, or her sweating for her life when she's already dead? And the family have, may there's peace on that family and they'll respect. We definitely want to make sure that we keep that respect, the respect boundary of this here case. But what do you feel about it being damp compared to sweat? How can you determine or depict the difference? How can you pick the difference on that?
I mean, they're magical because I can't even figure that out. I mean, how do you know? Off of photos, for one, we're only going by photos.
Mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm,
not like we were
mm-hmm,
there live, so you wouldn't know if she was sweating or wet. Actually, I mean, you
mm-hmm,
could tell that she got a water spot on her pants, but you can't tell where that came from. I mean, we can't
mm-hmm.
say if she was sweating or if she was wet. All we see is a water spot. That doesn't mean she's gonna be sweating all over. It's a freezer.
Uh, exactly. That's what I was saying. It's a freezer. So the person named Sharon Smith came back um, and came back and rebutted that and said, "Ugh, why do people keep these dumb comments coming? Seriously, I'm not being mean, but that's just stupid what he said or her said, because I don't know if it's a male or female, but this is what she came back and said to Demira. From there, Jasmine Brown spoke up and said she may have been sweating. She was highly intoxicated. we all know that when has drunk alcohol gets hot, this video is irrelevant. So in general, again, everybody has their own right to make their own peace. They can speak the way they want to speak, say whatever they want to say. It is okay with that. That's okay. But my main concern is this. They're steady talking about sweating. How can you tell the difference with the sweating and then thawing out? To me, I don't think there's any way that they can really tell the difference if I'm not.
You can't. I mean, unless
I'm not.
You got to be up on a person to know if they're sweating or if they're. I mean, how can you tell that by video? I mean, this is all we got is videos.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to tell off a video anyway. I mean, you don't. Nobody has no evidence that she was actually. And this is something I do know. Nobody has no evidence that she was actually fighting, but we see that she looks so disheveled.
Okay. So what I'm trying to so now I want to try to bring on somebody else. If G-Lib is still here, I need his help. Because G-Lib is the one that actually helped me to get started here. So if he's still here, I really need his help. And respect. And by the way, you guys are tuned in with Forever True TV. I am your host tonight, Angelique, and you're listening and tuning in to one of our members here. You can go ahead and introduce yourself again so they'll know
Hi, I'm
who
Kim.
you are. And so we have our own little group. And no one else is invited. We are done with adding people into that group. But we will be live and we will be discussing and debunking, and we'll even debunk our own videos as we make the videos to see if we see something wrong in whatever we have spoken on. So someone just was trying to call me. Was that Sade trying to call me? But somebody was trying to call me just now, and I'm trying to learn how to actually add more people into the group. So I'm going to try to add Sade into our thing right now and see what happens. Because she gave me another email address. And let's see. This is I'm going to see. I don't remember. God dog it. Sade, and I don't want you to, if you can send it in our Google Hangouts private chat again, the email address, then I will try to bring you in. Again, this is our first one, and we are so excited to do this here, where we can actually share with others our thoughts and get others' thoughts as well and their opinions to what's going on with this case. There is a lot of people that still feel that the FBI should get involved. Again, I was listening to a video this morning that was brought up by a gentleman. He sounds very handsome on the phone. And he was like, I just sent it through our Google Hangout. So send it to me through the Google Hangout so we can go ahead and I can add you in. And so other than that, we definitely was with, are you there? Did I lose you? I may have lost we may have lost Kim for just a hot second. It's okay. We'll get her back if she comes back in. If not, we will definitely figure it out how to do this the correct way. So, so other than that, what I want to do is I want to invite in Sade. Again, we have our own little private sessions, and again, we will be way more better and prepared later. But for now, we are the way we are because this is our very first live. And I think that we did a very good job with doing a debunking on some of the questions and answers that we had here. today. We will be back on at 8 o'clock tonight. Again, I would love to have Sade on before we leave so we could see how things go. But again, this is our pre-show, and it was only just for a few minutes. But I do thank you very much for tuning in with Forever True TV. Before I leave, I am going to look at a couple of the statements that were here on the live chat and see if there was a question. If there's no questions, then no. Then we're done. So, other than that, I think that everybody is in agreement with us that we will be on later on tonight. And we will be on at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I would like to make sure that you guys tune in with Forever True TV. Oh my God. Okay, so I got people that are, okay, so I'm going to try to invite Miss Sade in right quick. And she would like to come on before we leave. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay. That way we will have this all up for tonight. Again, thank you again for tuning in with us. You have been such a wonderful, wonderful audience tonight to just kind of sit and understand what we're doing. So let's see if she's coming in. I just sent the invite to her. So let's see if she will come in and hang out with us for a few minutes. Again, yay! I get so excited when I do something right. Welcome. Are you there? Sade? Now we hear her coming on. I hear you. So you've turned your
okay, I'm here.
Okay. Welcome.
I had to
now are you gonna go? Okay. Now are you gonna go live video or are you gonna stay anonymous?
For right now, I'm gonna just go anonymous.
Okay, that's fine.
Together, I'll be ready for tonight though.
No problem. It's no problem. So, babe, how are you today? First of all, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to just ask you a couple of things. How did you feel about our very first live for the first time?
It was good. It was wonderful. It was exciting.
It's good to see something different, huh?
I think it went well. Right, yeah.
Okay.
And to see how it actually worked. To watch them all the time is one thing, but to actually be in it,
yes,
is another.
Exactly. It's a total, to me, it's almost a total different world. And I didn't know nothing about this. I normally do my live feeds, but my live feeds is like within the group. It's never outside of the group. But today, today I said I'm going to take it up a notch and go outside the group. And I do appreciate, my brother Black and my sister Nini. I appreciate them showing me the ropes, as well as Adrian showed me the ropes, which he goes under G-Lib Talk. So if you guys ever want to watch him chopping it up late at night, he's on late at night. In their respect. And then, we always have, Black Rosebud Live. He's always on daily doing, ketchup with fries and all this other kind of stuff. But my channel is basically, I want to think of different topics to talk about. But right now we are going to be really following the trail of debunking every evidence that we have as well as the comments that
Right.
are being stated on the actual on the under the videos. So I believe that this is something that people will get into eventually. So you want to invite your friends over that may have something that they feel or want to talk about with this here
Right.
case. So with that being said,
now let me ask you one question. Do you know how the moderator goes and how you do that? Have you found out that yet?
yes. So what we will do is when it comes time for us to go on, we will probably start getting prepared about 15 minutes before tonight.
Okay.
So again, this is a pre-show live. We are live, and so we will be going over all the debunking and briefing everybody prior to tonight. But for now, everybody is listening to our conversation, and so we want to make sure that Miss Sade knows exactly what to do tonight when she comes on. Be ready to go live with Forever True TV and your host Angelique. But again, this is our very first live. I am so grateful to be here. Hello, Les Bonnet.
Glory to God.
I am really, truly grateful to be here. And so with that being said, is there anything that anybody want to ask or say before we leave? You have anything that you want to say, Sade?
Well, I mean, pretty much everything has been, explained. When Kimberly came on, she when she was talking, I was answering a lot of questions through there and stuff. So pretty much for right now, it's been answered. Other than I'm gonna wait until tonight for the good stuff.
Okay. That's good. Give you time to rest up, get stuff prepared. So again, we will. That's all right, Miss Lisa. It's okay to be late. You can tune in tonight at 8 p.m. tonight. We will be going live at 8 p.m. tonight. And we will go from there and see how things work. From this day on, we will be ready to rock and roll. So again, this is our pre-show live. And we are getting things together for tonight. We will have a list of questions to ask our viewers and subscribers. We will also be going over the comments that are under the video of if Kanika was alive in the freezer. So we, with no disrespect to the family, we still want to, again, give all respect to the family and those that who care and really want to see if there is any other avenues to the truth of what happened with Kanika. But again, until then, I'm going to stick with my conclusion. So with that being said, Mrs. Sade, I'm going to go ahead and we are going to end this here broadcast. But you know what we do before we get off. I always say, Lord Jesus, bless those that are watching this video today. Bless the family and the loved ones that are watching this video. Despite of what we do, we ask God to continue to give us protection as we go each day and stretch forth those blessings to their families. With that being said, in Jesus' name, we love you and I am out. Mwah!
Amen.
Bye,
all right,
everybody.
love you too. Bye-bye.